Hey guys, what's up? It's Lexi.
Lexi, I like that.
So today I have another crazy video. I'm super excited for this one. This, of course, was back in the day when I was still using D words. Today I'm gonna tell you guys about the time that I let a crackhead walk all over me. She fucked me over and I had to beat that ass, you know? So let's just get into it. This is around the same time of the running from the cops story that I did. So at this point, I was dating Tom. This girl that we're gonna talk about today, her name is Brandy. But one day we're at a party, hanging out. I'm drunk, I'm high, and I see a girl sitting by herself. I go over to her, I see that she's crying. And I'm literally like a titty, like I'm feeling nice. I'm like, hey girl, what's up? Like, you good? And this fucking bitch goes, I'm so sick and I just don't have anyone who can give me anything. And I don't have any money to buy anything. And I just don't feel good. So of course I get her high. We're talking and she seemed pretty chill. So I got her number down. I'm like, hey girl, hit me up. Like, you can always come over. We can always hang out. So after this, we start hanging out all the time. At this point, I had no girlfriends, so I was always calling her. She was always calling me. I'd come pick her up. She'd sleep over. I would feed her. She'd shower at my house. Like, we were tight. Before we even continue, I knew what time it was with her. Like, she was very much out of here, out of here type bitch. Can't be mad at it. I know what the game is. So one day she leaves. She stops hitting me up. And I see that on Instagram, she's hanging out with another girl that I kind of knew, like she was mutual friends with our mutual friends. A few months later, I get a call from her and she is crying. And it's pretty late, but she's like, hey, is there any way that I can come over? Or you can come pick me up? Like, I just need to get out of here. I'm like, what is going on? And she's like, I can't say anything right now. Like, I'm gonna text you, but I'm on my way. I'm like, this sounds urgent. Yes, come over. She finally calls me back and she's like, well, I just got robbed. They took everything. I don't have any money. I have nothing. So I go and I pick her up, right? She's wearing these little shorts, a little tank top. It's late, it's cold, and she has one little backpack with her phone charger, her phone, and a water bottle. That's all she has. This tiny little backpack that you can tell there's just nothing in there. In my mind, I'm like, oh shit, she really did get robbed. Like, she doesn't have anything with her. We come back to my house. I feed her. I let her take a shower. And we get high. So again, we get high and I start to feel very generous. I see that she doesn't have a lot of clothes. She's wearing like these little tiny shorts and a little shirt. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna look through my stuff and if you like any of it, you can keep it. So I end up giving her a ton of clothes, some brand new boots, a pair of shoes, a big purse, a ton of makeup. I give her all kinds of stuff. So she has like 2 big plastic bags and a purse. It's all filled with stuff that I just gave her. After we're done, she's kind of looking through everything and I'm like, okay, let's go. Like, grab your stuff, we'll put it in the living room and then you can sleep out there tonight. Like I said, my house was the like hangout spot, the kick it spot. Everyone knew nobody was allowed in my room. I kept that shit locked. No one was ever allowed in there. And she keeps telling me like, no, let's just hang out back here. I'm like, no, we're gonna watch a movie, let's go back there, and then we're gonna go to sleep. So after a while, I start getting a really bad gut feeling. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like something is wrong. We finally go outside, we're in the living room, and then she goes to sleep. Tom is out there. He's out there. He's hanging out with her. And I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go take a shower real quick, okay? 25 minutes later, I get out. I'm drying my hair. And I see it at the corner of my eye, she's on the phone with somebody. I see her putting her shoes on, she's grabbing her charger out of the wall, putting it in this purse. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm actually gonna get picked up. I'm sorry, I gotta go. So I look over at Tom and he's knocked out. I'm like, why are you leaving? Like, it's late as fuck already. Just stay. Like, I thought you were staying. She's like, no, I'm sorry, I gotta go. Literally has her bag, she has this purse, and she has her backpack, the one that she came with. Again, when I first picked her up, the only thing she had with her is her phone, her little backpack, which was flat. There was nothing in it, and she had a little water bottle. That's all she had, okay? All of these bags that I had given her, everything was still in the bags. Tell me why her backpack was big as fuck now. Big as fuck. And I look over and my fucking door is open at my room. I put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And by that time, she's walking out the door already. So I quickly start putting my shoes on. I'm waking Tom up. I'm like, get the fuck up, wake the fuck up. So I run out. There's a cab waiting for her already. And she looks back and she starts running. At first, she's like power walking. No, she looks at me. She sees that I'm behind her. This bitch starts running. I had no idea what she took, if she took anything, but the way she ran, Obviously, it told me she was hiding something, like something was going on. So this bitch is running. I finally catch up to her. I grab her by the fucking hair and I just start going. I fucking let her have it. Even before I got a hold of her, I had gone like red. I saw red and I was just full of rage. Like, how can this bitch do me so dirty? Finally, after like it was probably like a minute, Tom comes outside and I'm yelling at him while we're still going at it. I'm like, take everything, grab all her shit and take it with you. So he does. He grabs all the bags that I gave her. He grabs her backpack. I finally let go of her. She runs to the taxi and she leaves. Go inside. I sit down for a second. I'm taking a breath. I'm like, what just happened? Tom's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I passed out. Like, I didn't hear anything. I really didn't think she would do something like that. I'm like, me neither. I really didn't. But again, this is something that you have to be careful with. You can't trust anyone. You can only trust yourself, and that's that. Like, but I kept putting my heart into people and trying to take care of people because that's just how I am. So I finally get up. I grab the backpack, right? I start dumping everything out. Bitch. This bitch had my dirty fucking underwear in her purse. Dirty laundry, dirty fucking calzones. She had a bunch of my clothes, especially my shirts. She had an old pair of Vans in there. She has money in there that I had in my dresser. A lot of stuff. I'm like, the nerve of this bitch. Weeks later, I'm at work and my friend John is at my house. Me and Tom, we were working together. We had gone off early this one day. So we get home and I open the door and Brandy's sitting there. I'm like, what are you doing? She gets up with the quickness. She's like, I'm just getting some stuff from John. I promise I don't have anything of yours. You can check my bag. I look through her bag and I'm like, get the fuck out. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing here. She didn't steal anything from me that time. I had already beat her ass. So I'm like, just get the fuck out. Just go. And that's probably the last time that I seen her. I'm literally editing this video right now and I just realized that a chunk of this video is gone. It's missing. I have no idea what happened. So I'm just gonna tell you guys real quick. So the last thing that I had told you guys was that I came home early one day from work and I had seen her and she was at my house hanging out with John. So a few months after John had told me that there's rumors that that same night that she had stolen from me, she was going around telling other people that I had robbed her. She went and told somebody else that somebody else had robbed her. And then it started coming out that this is something that she always did. She would call someone up and be like, hey, I got robbed. I didn't have any money. This was like her hustle. This was what she would do to get money, to get dope, to get all kinds of shit that she needed. She would make people feel bad for her and she would get people to give her stuff. And not only that, but the same night when she called me and she said, hey, like, I can't talk right now, but I need to get out of here, she had robbed somebody else. And that's why she couldn't talk on the phone and say what was going on, because she had robbed them. She was a straight weirdo from the jump. Like, I should have said it from the beginning, like, you move funny, I can't fuck with you. But I felt bad for her. Like, a little part of me felt bad for her. So
it is what it is. It is what it is.
I've heard a lot of things from a lot of people that she's still not doing that great. You just can't be riding for someone who's not going to ride for you. I hope you guys like this story time. I'm going to film a couple more for you guys right now, and hopefully I can have all of these up by next week. So until then, I'll see you later. Bye. She just does whatever she wants.